Good morning, dear children. Let us continue chapter number 10 of physics. The name of the chapter is Light, Reflection and Refraction. Reflection part of this chapter you have done already. So we will be covering refraction part of this chapter. Let us understand what is refraction of light. When light travels obliquely from one transparent medium into another, then it gets bent. This bending of light is known as refraction of light. Why light will bend on moving from one medium to another medium? The reason is this: light does not have same speed in all media. When light moves in a rarer medium, then its speed is more. Whereas when light goes to a denser medium, then speed decreases. So what is a rarer medium and what is a denser medium? A rarer medium is that medium in which particles of the medium are away from each other. And a denser medium is that in which particles are closer to each other. For example, if we talk about water and glass, then water is a rarer medium and glass is a denser medium. So when light travels from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it bends towards the normal, whereas when light travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. As you can see in these two diagrams, the light is moving from a rarer to a denser medium. It has bent towards the normal. The length of this blue arrow is less. Whereas when light goes, see in the second diagram now, when light goes from a denser medium to a rarer medium, then it bends away from the normal. Here the length of this blue arrow, it is more. So this is refraction of light. Now let us understand how refraction of light occurs through a rectangular glass slab. Now what is this rectangular glass slab? This is actually a small brick shaped structure made up of glass. So whenever light travels through a rectangular glass slab, look here, this is the rectangular glass slab. When light travels through a rectangular glass slab, then it changes medium two times. First, when it enters from air to glass. Second, when it enters air from the glass. It means when it leaves glass and then goes into air. So, medium changes two times. So, that is why refraction also occurs two times. Now, look here. This is incident ray. It had to go straight, but it bends towards the normal because now it has entered the glass, a denser medium. And when this refracted ray, it comes out of the glass slab, then it goes away from the normal. Why? Because now it has entered air, which is a rarer medium. So as a result, angle E is more and angle R is less. What is angle E here? This is angle of emergence. And what is R here? This is angle of refraction. Of course, angle I is angle of incidence. So here in this case, there are two results. First, angle I and angle E, they are same. If angle I is 60 degrees, then angle E will also be 60 degrees. Their values are same. And secondly, the emergent ray, it is parallel to the incident ray and it is displaced through a certain distance, and this distance is known as lateral displacement. Now let us understand the laws of refraction of light. First law is a little bit similar to the law of reflection that you have studied earlier. So what does it say? It says that incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal to the interface of two transparent media at the point of incidence, they all lie in the same plane. Second law, the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant, and this is always a constant for the light of a given color and for the given pair of media. So how we can write it? We can write it like this: sine I upon sine R is constant. And this law is also known as Snell's law of refraction. So if you get a question in exam, give the statement of Snell's law, then you are to write second law of refraction of light. Next is refractive index. The absolute refractive index or refractive index of a medium is the ratio of speed of light in air or vacuum to the speed of light in medium. For example, if we talk about refractive index of glass, then it is equal to speed of light in air or vacuum divided by speed of light in glass. If we talk about refractive index of water, then this will be speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in water. So, this is how we can remember it. Now, N is equal to C upon V. N is the symbol of refractive index, C is symbol of speed of light in vacuum, and V is the symbol of speed of light in the medium. Next is relative refractive index. What is this? The relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is the ratio of the speed of light in medium 1 to the speed of light in medium 2. How we can write it? N to 1. What is N to 1 here? This is refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. It is equal to V1 upon V2. V1 is the speed of light in medium 1 and V2 is the speed of light in medium 2. Let us understand something more about refractive index. The refractive index of a medium gives an indication of light bending ability in that medium. It means that if refractive index of a particular medium is greater, it means light will bend more in that medium. And if light is bending more in that medium, it means it is a denser medium. So denser medium, they have high refractive index, whereas rarer medium, they have lesser refractive index. And also it is related to the speed of light. In a denser medium, the bending of light is more and speed of light is less, whereas in a rarer medium the bending of light is less, whereas speed of light is greater. Now here you have got a table which is also there in your NCERT book. You don't have to remember the refractive index of the materials given. You just learn that air has got minimum refractive index. It is 1.0003, whereas diamond has highest refractive index. This is 2.42. Now what does it mean? It means that diamond is optically more denser. This is having high density and the speed of light is minimum in diamond.